And we are back. Hello, everybody. I am Jeff Freelance, and we are back inside Final Fantasy XI. Woo! I have somewhat recovered from our last stream that we played with this game. Honestly, it was a lot to take in. We did so much. So, we're going to slowly and surely work our way into getting this done. So, things that happened last time. We ended up meeting... let's see. Give me a second here. So we met Darkillian, we met Morimar, we met Sajika. We found out that the evil presence that is that has kind of been controlling the monsters coming out of the Serpentine Labyrinth is Hades. And then we've had a big shock at the end of the end of the stream, where Lord Melvian, who basically had been vanished for a while, he basically came back to life. Oh, that's right. He tried killing people off inside Lefalia, which is where the World Tree currently sits. But he somehow came back, and and if I had to take a guess, he is underneath the control of Hades. One of the other guys got knocked out. I don't remember his name. I remember it was the annoying Taru guy who got knocked out, essentially. Arcelia got blamed, and it's made things even harder. So yeah, we are going to go ahead and continue onwards with the story. So after everybody had cooled their heels, after Lei had lashed them with her words, we came back to it. So Mistress Arcelia refuses to take any of her meals. No matter what tactics we employ, we simply cannot get her to leave her chambers. I fear that perhaps the best course of action is to simply leave her be. Oh, Master Yignis? Jedith, give heirloom necklace. Give back the necklace? Yes, must have. Please. So the necklace in question is something that we've been given as a reward for all that we had done. But it had noted that we were going to get an upgraded version, so that's what it's talking about, I think. Those soft eyes, that round figure, those rustling leaves, he is cuteness incarnate. Ingrid, I haven't seen you since the botched assassination. Looking as woefully wretched as ever, I see. What brings you here? Last time I checked, I was a citizen of Adoulin. I do not believe I need your highness's holy permission to walk about my own city. I heard about the princess, and I think it is plain pathetic. Where did the dignity and perseverance she showed in mere drifts go? Seal should know that now life isn't all giggles and sunshine. She needs to treat this as a test of will. However, I understand how her emotions could get the best of her after all she's been through. She is a young and passionate idealist, yet has been ostracized by the council members. All the while, misfortune bombards her homeland from every direction. That's enough to take the wind out of anyone's sails. And that is where you might as well come in. Stop being a chigo on the wall and actually do some good for once. Show her that she is not alone in this chaos. Make her heart burn with fervor once more. The task will be a daunting one to complete, considering her current mental state, and that I could not. Cut me some slack. I knew you were daft, and now I have to question whether or not you are even sentient. Let me spell it out for you. Give Arcelia, are you following me? Something she likes. Talking with you always leaves me drained. Should be going before I catch whatever form of stupidity afflicts you. hate that everything's kind of getting spelled out for us. Theodore did it twice. She did it once this time. It's like, come on, guys. You could just, let me do the thing. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and trade the necklace back. Yes, this Arcelia's Grace does look like look to be the keepsake that they requested. Okay. So immediately the next mission. Okay. We now need to go to the library, apparently. We also found out that there was a seventh Nakwal who was basically unknown to us until Sajika told us about it. It was the Death Bang Zol, who happened to be someone who showed up in the last bit and absolutely flipped the script. So what are we gonna find out in here? Why are we coming back here? This seems odd. I mean, we have come back here to help with Arcelia, but if she can't come out of her chambers, then what the heck? Suck Tangerine. Good tidings to you, Jedith. What knowledge do you seek in our humble archives this day? Oh, you wish to know if the princess has spent an inordinate amount of time combing through the pages of a particular tome? Just to be sure, you are referring to something other than a historical text, correct? I see. Aha! I think I know exactly the book for you. Hopefully this does not take long. I remember seeing her hastily shove this one into a completely separate shelf once, so it must be a guilty pleasure of hers. Let me worry about the whole checkout process. You go on ahead to Arcelia. Please give the princess my regards. Yeah, she was reading that one, and yeah, that was several missions ago. I wonder what that is all about. Wait until things load in. Ugh. Suffering is to Catholics. Give me a second here. I have a little program I use called Desk Pins. It allows you to put things on top. And for some reason, it's not wanting to do it for one of my one of my there it goes. Sometimes it acts weird. Anyway, where we are. Mistress Arcelia requests an audience with you. Wish you all the best. So that's Cynthia. That's one of the mains. Are you all right? After the council dispersed, reports began flooding in. Each detailed how certain people involved with the 12 Orders had met with some grave misfortune. It's like that lunatic Jester predicted. First of all, Tiana was one of them. I made a promise when the World Tree was resurrected that I wouldn't cry ever again. But I already broken it. I'm sorry, I just couldn't take it anymore. The shock was too much for someone as weak as me. I thought I knew the jungle inside and out, but I didn't know a single thing about it. I can't even tell good from evil anymore, partly because there's evil in me. I said some horrible things at the assembly, but they weren't just a way of calling attention to the problem. I truly meant them. All my life, they've called me a witch behind my back. I've never felt it. Not until now. Well, sprites risked their lives for me, but to tell the truth, it was all in vain. I'm not worth protecting. Because of me, Camilla... Death? It's only a matter of time before you fall to my curse, too. Get away while you still can. This isn't the Arcelia I know. Not weak in the least. Yes, I am. None of this would have happened if I were stronger. You did the best you could. That's the thing. I didn't. All I did was foul things up. You're not alone in this. But if you stick by me, you'll surely... Nothing will happen to me. How can you be so sure? I think that we're all weak. I know I said that on Mount Khmer, but I appreciate your kind words. Still, I can't help but think that if only... Oh, I died in the jungle back then. Oh, smack. Jedith? Never say that again. What was I thinking? I'm so sorry. I wouldn't have smacked her. Oh, gosh. Jedith, I'm sorry. Time to go settle the score. But how can I believe anything that raving jester said? Even if we find him, he might not help at all. Doing nothing will help us even less. I guess you're right. Plus, it's obvious that thing's involved with Melvian somehow. We're the only ones we can trust. No, the only ones who can do anything about this. We're going to undo that curse. I can't argue with that. According to Svenja, everyone who's succumbed to this curse has exhibited the same inexplicable symptoms. Although it looks like they were dead at first glance, the Order of Janiston speculates that their souls have been removed. While of course she doesn't mention a time frame, I can't imagine people would last long in that condition. We have to release Adoulin from this terror as soon as possible. We've not a minute to spare. In the name of all we hold dear, I'll leave my doubts behind and dive into the heart of darkness. Will you take the plunge with me, Jedith? Hey, I'm going in head first. Great. What? A gift? Oh, you! All things that give me, you picked this? Hey, calm down. You're simply too good to me. Anik! Jeez. Jeth, you're truly an extraordinary person. At first, I only thought it'd be funny if our paths crossed once more. I had no idea we'd be close at all. Sorry if that sounded cold. It's just that I've never been able to expect much from anyone before. That's why I'm so glad I can see you again at the banquet. Once we were reunited there, I thought that just maybe the wheels of something great had been set in motion. I would have been more acknowledging if I weren't in front of the 11 most important figures in the city. But now, I feel comfortable enough to say, thanks for all you've done for me, Jedith. I'm done living in fear of what could have been. Ignis. Rala Selpulker. Balamor there. Oh. Gave me the... Oh, knocked himself out again. Ignis! Still breathing. Goodness gracious, he's always pushed himself too hard. I know my brother could barely get across what he wanted, but it sounded like Balamor should be in the Founder's King's tomb within Rala Waterways. Let's go and show that him whoever laughs last laughs loudest. Okay. Okay, so off we go. I hope everybody's week has gone well. Mine's been slow, and I think that I need to start looking for work again. Whatever's been going on with the stuff on my side, I don't know what's going on with them. It feels like every time it feels like we make a little progress, we get stuck on something else. I haven't heard anything in like a week. Just when I thought I'd started making a little progress and getting something. Okay, now. The Royal Sepulchre is at N10. Ah. So we've been down there. Okay. In the wrong direction, actually. I think this weekend I'm gonna try and work on getting some Elite Dangerous stuff worked out. Work on some practice stuff. See if I can get some things figured out. Because I would like to get into Elite Dangerous. Lore, please come on in. I love that animation for him. We need to go this way. Oh, there we go. That was a good sneeze. Well, that doesn't seem even worth attempting to get that stuff from the Soul Pyre. Okay. Gotta run, 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 run. That's right. I remember coming down here at some point, I was like, what is this? Royal Sepulchre. We're suddenly inside. Well, no mistaking it. It's the Founder King's Sepulchre. What's this? I think Otherson's reacting to the monument in the center. I didn't expect to see you. I didn't expect you to get here so easily. I figured no one would find me blending into the backdrop, but it looks like you pulled back the drape on my ruse. Valamore! What's wrong, pretty princess? You've come down with a terrible case of mean face since we last met. Although I won't be reciting any paeans either, thanks to your arrival. This wasn't in the script at all. I made it so that you'd have to struggle mightily through each act and then break a leg. Literally. I suppose you managed to get here because of that boy? Exactly, I'm not alone in this fight anymore, and that's how I know we'll beat you. My mistake. I typecast you as a delicate flower. We'll see how you audition for the role of stalwart crusader. Things are finally starting to get interesting. I think I've taken a liking to you two. Although the waterways have many intriguing sights, I'd say this guy right here gets top bill. When the forces here reverses completely, that's when the show will really start. What are you blabbering about? Never mind. Sometimes you just can't wait for opening night. The director never said I couldn't interact with members of the audience. You don't mind joining me on stage for a bit, do you? Then it's decided. We'll have simply the best time ever. I almost kind of want to put like a Harley Quinn voice to this, but yeah. At first glance, this looks like an old doll rummaged from some musty old attic chest. But when I do this, if you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. Clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. Oh, what a twist. Now she's got a whole supporting cast. As an aside, you know that collecting statue parts have gotten popular lately, right? That whole thing was my idea. What was it called again? Otherworldly skedaddles? I don't know, making them was just a passing fancy. But let's relive those fond memories. Still, I don't want to bore myself to death waiting for you to slog through everything. I know, I'll pull some strings and make it one act long. On that note, let's end this game of hide and seek and embark on a scavenger hunt. Where'd they go? I had to possess a bunch of different monsters throughout these waterways. When you're done slaying beasts and getting parts, look for the black Twitherum. Enter my theater of war. Then, once you've seen center stage, use a consummate simulacrum to find me. Enjoy the show! Oh, and don't let me down. Wait! Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo. Looks like we've got no choice but to go chasing after those simulacra. Jeth, let's go. Forgot to take off my link shell. It's okay. Okay, just do that now. Okay, now. So we have to kill enemies in the waterways until we acquire a consummate simulacrum. This could be intriguing. Or annoying. Either or. So apparently the drop rate should be higher from the waterway pupils and the high... Okay, so we have waterway pupils right here. We'll go ahead and fight some stuff. Okay. Eva's in the chat. So good to see Eva. Just slowly but surely make our way back over to the next area that we need to go to. Ah, I've been gravitied. Gravity, what do you want to walk? And you can't seem to talk. It's gravity. Okay. Oh, my sparks of evidence is actually getting really high. I have to take a minute here to go and spend some sparks. My Unity activates is filled too. There it is. Nice. Got lucky. All right. So we're apparently supposed to go over to B6, which is way over there. What we're going to do is we're actually going to leave the waterways rather than fight our way over there. We'll come in on that side. So we're first going to run over to Sandoria and get rid of ourselves some sparks and some accolades. Let's leave. All right. Actually, I need to get 2 of these. 1, 2. Two, 3, 4, 5. So I need to get 7. 6, 7. 1, 2, 3. Oh, I do not miss enough sparks. They're all gone. Whoopsie. Now, how much space do I have in my inventory now? 61. Okay. Cannot obtain, that's too many. It's alright. Even more. Oh, I think I know why. Because when I've done it in the past, I've had like 30 spots. That's too little. We wanted 1,000. That equals 10,000 alcohols. I've gotten a lot of things in my inventory. Speaking of, I think I have some room in my, over on the auction house. Let's go see if we can sell a couple things in my inventory in the auction house. And for 1 item. Let's see. Oh, I can't sell that lanolin. Great. That sells for amount. Try selling that. Trappings can go. Clean blood can go. Eyes can go. Fangs can go. Crab shell can go. Spider web. We'll keep the spider web. Go ahead and sell that lanolin. Okay. Okay. Now we're making some progress. Okay, we'll hop over to Juno really quick to go store these REMS pages because I don't want to keep them in my inventory. Okay. We're also going to go ahead and store these crystals that I've gotten. No point in me holding them. Good. Okay. Now we're on our way back. Increase my movement speed, please. Okay, let's make our way to B6. Continue on. now. I think I saw this too. I was like, what is this thing? Okay, so now we have that one. The Charlatan. Okay, so we want to go after the regicidal Adoulin because that will attack Arcelia. Come and play with me, Arcelia, forever and ever and ever. We'll protect the city of not us. It'll take a lot more than that to keep me down. Easy, but with you by my side, I know we can do it. Apparently the sycophants are also going after her. Nasty. Yeah, she's nearly down. Holy cow. falling action. My blood's raining down left and right. Yep, and she sacrifices about 20%. She surrenders. Not sacrifice, surrenders. To think I, the great Ballamore, would be upstaged by 2 understudies. I won't sit back and let you poke holes in my plot. Wait. Aha! My muse has struck! Who knew that this power was holding me back the whole time? So this is the true curse? Oh, director, you're such a character. Who are you talking about? Arcelia, you're like a child who wandered in the middle of a production and distracts the audience with stupid questions. There's nothing more maddening than listening to someone ask a question they already know the answer to. Why don't you answer for me? Hades. Wow, let's give the adventurer a round of applause for knowing the obvious. Hades is my master indeed. It all makes sense now. See? Not an ounce of surprise. How utterly boring. I think it's time I gave this role the hook. But wait. I think I know how to add some conflict to this otherwise stilted script. Yes, Ballamore, you're a dramatic genius who's ahead of his time. Is this it? Or maybe this? What in the name of... Oh, there it is. And now for something completely different. Pain, pain, go away. Come again another day. And that's a wrap. What? It wouldn't be any fun if I explained it, now would it? Let's just say that I returned something to its rightful place. All we can do now is wait for time to tell. Anyway, my day as a member of this troop of terror are over. It was a pleasure doing battle with you, but from now on, I'll be watching this grand Gulnal go up in flames from the gallery. What about removing the curse like you promised? Oh, yeah, I forgot the curse. But I never said I'd remove it. How dare you? Why so serious? It's just a harmless jape. Of course I'll help you out. After all, the higher you prop them up, the harder they fall. If I rob the people of hope, no one would despair when the world comes crashing down. Leave some scraps of hope, however, and the populace fights over them like mongrels. I can hardly contain myself thinking what face you'll make when you hear this. But listen carefully, I only give stage directions once. To remove the curse, you'll have to dethrone Hades. Defeat Hades? Yes! To think that you beat all the other contenders for this coveted part. You must be so proud. But will our 2 intrepid explorers be able to overthrow the unhallowed king? Will someone else steal their limelight before they even arrive at Rakaznar? I know I'll have a lorgnette squished to my face in anticipation. Rakaznar. There's a tower within the deepest part of what you call the Serpentine Labyrinth. It is there the master resides. Those who heeded his call and swore allegiance to his cause will soon awaken. The stage is set and a crowd has gathered. Oh, they have an eye like right here, right at the hollow of their chest. That's creepy. If you're going to die, you might as well make a spectacle of it. I know I'll shiver with joy at every cry of pain and crunch of bone. However, if you do manage to triumph, you'll do nothing short of Deus Ex Machina. Either way, it should be a performance of a lifetime. I can't wait to see how it plays out. Enjoy your intermission while it lasts. We have to take down Melvian. Or should I say Hades? Whichever it is, how can we succeed when even the Founder King failed? Where there's a will, there's a way. You're right, we can't give up. You've always been there to point me in the right direction, Jeth. I promised I'd stop brooding, and it's high time I practiced what I preach. That subterranean sovereign will want to seal away himself when we're through with him. I doubt that will be the case, but you know, you never know. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and warp ourselves out of here, because frankly, it's annoying enough. So there. So this might take me back to Port Sandoria. If it does, that's not far to do. That's not far to move, so. Yep. Back to South Sandoria. Okay, and we need to go back to the castle gate for the next mission. That is our home point. Go to the castle gates. Woo! So I took a look at the upgrades, and wow, there's some amazing ones. You're nice enough to return this to me while I was up in my room, wallowing in self-pity. You do remember it, don't you? Heirloom, brimming with power. Even I can see that, or sense it anyway. Of course, unlike anything I have felt before, now resides within this necklace. I'm sure its new properties will prove more than useful in our upcoming battle, and there's no one else more deserving of its enhanced facets than you. Please, I beg of you to take it. So, Adoulin's Refuge, it now has a damage taken minus 8% with an auto re-raise, which I'm extremely tempted to take. Arcelia's Grace, which is the one I took before, Reeves now have a magic damage plus 80, cure potency plus 25%, regain plus 10, and refresh plus 10. It's really good. And Ignis's Resolve is now Reeves regain plus 30%, weapon skill damage is plus 25%. Whew. So, now this is for Reeves, which I think means it will count for any Reeves, Colonization, Lair, and Wildskeeper. In terms of doing it, I feel like Reeves no longer are the big, huge selling point that they once were, because there's better content to do, but there's other stuff that I can do with it. I kind of want to have the auto re-raise because I don't have a whole lot of ways of re-raising myself, and there's a good chance they'll get screwed over in one of them. I don't know. The reason why I'm making such a thing is apparently there's no way to get a +1 to choose another +1, so I'm kind of stuck with what I pick, which is annoying because all the other items I've done, you can get it whenever. Yeah, we'll get the Ignis resolved. Yeah. This one? Yeah, we'll get this one. It seems obvious for the one for Samurai, but... Jedith, thank you for taking care. Arcelia. Save Adoulin. Ridland. Hades. Okay. Wait until the next game day. The time is upon us. August, you misguided half-wit. Soon, everything you struggled so long and hard to protect. Everyone whose soul has been consumed by darkness, I will free from the shackles of fate. How will I achieve this feat? Why, through death, of course. Ooh. Oh no! Did we just finish it before the... Oh. It just started a new day, so we're stuck for literally a whole hour. Ah! Well, we're gonna take one stab at it and see if it actually will count. If it doesn't... Oh, we're gonna have to find something to do. Yikes. That's the absolute worst. Having to figure out something to do for a whole hour. Yep, we're gonna have to do something. Well, darn it all. Shoot. Something to do, something to do, something to do. Yeah. Well, the one main thing I can think of is going and hunting after our last piece of armor. Which unfortunately is just kind of annoying. Because we have to get gold chests. And gold chests have a plethora of things that can pop up. They're not always what we want. I am, of course, speaking about our Unkai armor. The last bit of armor that I need to get. Though, there is something else that we could do. I think I'm gonna sneeze again. Is a portable here, so I think what I'm going to do is we're going to go ahead. Let's swap things out. Nope, it is in the sack. Oh, that's right. I forgot that I got in the chest. So one thing we can do, we can go ahead and trade. Retrieve an item. I would like the Unkai Kabuto, the Kote, and the Hatate. we are going to go off and get these upgraded. Okay, head seal. Okay. Seal for the body. Seal for hands. Seal for legs. Where are all my seals for the legs? I should have more. Why do I not have more? One way or another. I'm gonna go to Juno. To Ruloot Gardens. I guess I haven't introduced you guys to the Magian Moogles. Back when we were breaking the last of the limit breaks, we did meet a couple. We met one, maybe two. So, for custom weapons, as well as for upgrading job-specific armor and weapons and stuff like that, you talk to the Moogles on the other side from here. So, the green one gets you started. The orange is for weapons. The blue is for armors. So, I believe what I do is I actually trade him the helmet and say, hey, you want to upgrade this? A trial for an Ukai Kabuto? Trota Mateo, just 1 second. Trota Mateo, uno momento. And it says, view the details. Give him Eddie the head, and you get a +1. You want to confirm. So today, it's going to become this item. You want to do this one? Sure. Okay, understood. Yeah, wow, let's begin. Soda, I almost forgot this. Alright, items described with this insignia. You may not undertake under trials at the same one. Ah, Vandiel or Yoshisuke. We're counting on you. So, we're going to do that for all these. And it says right here, it's in the trial. And of course, it's everything, everything he said before, he's just going to say again. So, I'm going to go ahead and skip that. I do like that he says little things that are like, he speaks a little Japanese, which I find kind of funny. Which I don't understand a lick of, I get the gist of, though. He's the only Moogle who will do that, by the way, so it's funny. All right. Okay. Now we can't do my feet yet because I'm still trying to find that. I also was incorrect when we went to go looking for it. Pieces the previous stream or the stream. Yeah, the previous stream I think. They're actually in the Miserable Coast, Abyssia, not in Vunkerl like I thought. So we go over to this chest, and we say trade. We want to trade the Kabuto with the seals. Head seals in. Completed the trial. Got the Domoru. It's that trial. Trade him this again. Go see finish objectives. Omedeta. Cool. That magician is totally bursting with power. What do I do again? Oh, Omedeta. I remember now. Yeah, Urasuki. Urishiku. There we go. This trial is now +1. Now, originally, when you got them to +2, you went around and you fought all the bosses, all the notorious monsters again, but you had to get things like cards or stones or whatever of certain or certain of certain like valorous attributes or something. So like card of voyage, card of justice, stone of justice, things like that. Thankfully for upgrading to Reforged, you don't have to do those. You just have to use the REM chapters. Okay, so now we have those. Now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to throw those into my storage because I need to upgrade them at some point. When we get all 5, we will most likely change our current gear into that gear set. I'll match the blade a little better. I'm working on getting the Masamune set up, but that's going to take a little time. Mainly because it's... Because, let's see, I've gotten 30 out of the 50 gems that I need for that. So I'm slowly working my way up to that. Once we get that, then that weapon will become our glamour for our swords and stuff like that. At some point, we will eventually get the full samurai sword, which is great. Let's go ahead and run into the Mog House here. Okay, we'll do storage. I need to go to... Is the Mog Sack? Come on. Thank you. Okay, I want to take the... Leg and feet. Da. Yeah, we'll keep that. Actually, that's the wrong one. Okay. Now in storage, I like the storage where I put it. It was Moglock where I put this. Yes, here we are. Okay. So that's where those are going to sit for the time being. We're then going to change jobs. Change to our ninja. So, while we're waiting for the day to turn over, we are going to go do a little hunting for our last bit of armor. It's going to be dull, but it needs to be worked on. And frankly, it's one of the only things I can think to do at the moment. So. Okay. Teleport over to Nisero, which is in Valkyrm Dunes. Proceed. In we go. Hit 2. And visited status. Do a whole hour plus 12, 72. On top of the 52. Yeah, we're gonna waste a few minutes. That's fine. Okay. First things first. Ajetis, hey, how are you, my man? I'm doing pretty good. Been a little while. Yeah, long time. I hope you had a good new year. I hope that this year goes well. Okay, so we're gonna go fight a bunch of things, but while we're doing it, we might as well go looking for something specific. So, oh yeah, spent Christmas with family. New Year, I did a big old stream. Spent 8 hours in this game, just going through the story stuff, and whoo, it's a lot. Okay, now, specifically, we're going to go ahead and go through our... Why is he here? He is here. Why not? Let's go get him. So let's see. We need to change over to our red proc. We want this particular little frog here. Second. Go ahead and cast fire on him. Oh, we've only got one little fan of his. That's fine. Oh, we're gonna get a couple more. Okay. Oh yeah, so this is Final Fantasy XI. And it came out originally in 2002 on PlayStation 2. So, yeah, that's why it looks like that. Yeah, they're still playing. They've still got it running today on modern systems with the old PlayStation 2 framework. Pretty incredible that they're able to do that. Okay, let's figure out if we can get a proc for this. Ow! Instant proc! What do you know? Oh yeah, did you hear about the new KOTOR announcement? Did you hear about that one at the game from the Game Awards show? I'm very curious to see where it will go. Yeah. I'll admit, I'm not big into getting into the forest, but I will get into some crafting games. Yeah, so let's see. What were we playing last time you showed up? I don't even know. It's been months at this point, hasn't it? I was playing Lego Star Wars. Oh my gosh, okay. Yeah, so I've played some games since then. You missed all of October. I played a bunch of games. Let's see, I played some World War Z. I played Vampire Survivors. I played Dredge. I played what was it? It wasn't Lost in the Woods. It was Night in the Woods, I think. Let's see. Always been like that? Hey, it's fine. Don't worry about it. Yeah, so I'm playing this one. I did a game called Hard Space Shipbreaker. You're basically taking apart ships in zero gravity and stuff like that. Really fun game, actually. And then we actually started Vermintide 2 yesterday. So if you're able to come join me in when I do the Vermintide stuff, Tuesdays and Thursdays, that'll be fun. In March, we're going to start playing some Star Wars games. We're going to play Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, and then play Survivor, which will be blind to play for me. Yeah, I think I'm going to like Vermintide 2 a little bit more, because there's just kind of more variety to it. Plus, the Twitch mode will be fun to play. And some of that other stuff, so. So, yeah, so I did play Fallen Order. I loved it. I 100%ed that thing. But I want to replay it to refresh myself on the game, number one. Number two, to play it again. And then play Survivor, which I am blind. I've tried to avoid everything about that game, other than the trailer we saw when it was first coming out. So that will be blind, and yeah, so it'll go Fallen Order, and then it'll go Jedi Survivor. Depending on how much longer we have until May the 4th, I will probably play some other games. I could play like Rogue Squadron or Star Wars The Old Republic, the online game and stuff, yeah. Oh, ruined your motivation? Aw, boo. Well, here's an example. When I finally get around to playing it on the stream, you can watch it with me and be hush-hush and just live that excitement with me. How about that? All of the Autobahn have gone missing. Wonder where they are. Precarious? Oh, yeah. Please. I would love to do that. That'd be great. Okay, let's see. Now, when we get into March, it's going to be the Imperial March to May the 4th. Clever, I know. That's kind of what we're going to be doing. So it's going to be a lot of Star Wars stuff, because last year, when I did May the 4th, it was just playing Star Wars Battlefront 2. I kind of want to do more Star Wars stuff, so. Oh, darn it, he started doing his ability. Fire! Okay, I have, like, one fire whip skill. We should see more. I'm also interested about Zero Company. That'll be interesting. Kind of an XCOM style Star Wars. I feel like, yeah, EA's had a decade of the license exclusivity. That ran out. Ubisoft knocked out a game. And now we're getting a couple other games coming out that are being worked on. Fate of the Old Republic, The Racer, which could be interesting. I'm the only... I'm ambivalent about the Star Wars Racer because, one, unless it's like Mario Kart in terms of racing, Mario Kart has spoiled, I think, all of us in racing games. Unless you're somebody who just likes racing games, which there are lots of then. But if they do one for Star Wars, it'll be interesting because it looks like it's either... You could do one for either Speeder Bike or Speeder itself, which would be interesting. What have we got here? Nothing. Okay. But the fact that there's some other Star Wars properties that came out, Star Wars, was it Bounty Hunters or something? The Hero Arena shooter? I think that fell flat on its face because the market's been... You're happy for the racer enjoyers? Oh, absolutely, yeah. You know, even though I'm not big into racing, if people of that series or of that genre are able to get good games, good on them, by all means. Going back to the Bounty Hunters thing, I think that died on arrival because, one, it looked like it was being built for mobile as well, so it had a kind of a mobile interface for it, even for the PC version, as well as hero shooters were that genre is very well populated now, and people are kind of getting done with them. So I think that's the other reason why it fell flat on its face. I remember when I was a kid, with the N64, Pod Racer was the big thing for me. I really liked the pod racing game. It's hard as heck, but it was but I did enjoy it. Yeah, that's the thing. Well, and that's the other concern is that who's doing the Knights of the Old Republic remake? Aspire, I think. There's a lot of concern because when they tried doing the re-release for modern systems with the Battlefront games, it flopped horribly. It went so bad, which made a lot of people question, which makes me wonder, should they just toss it to somebody different? Because it feels like Aspire's credit has now been shot to half. Aspire should not really be the one handling it. I got it! I mean, with the remasters of the old Battle, yeah. And that has me worried. So here's an interesting thing. There's some of these games that were getting sequels and stuff like that. Masquerade Bloodlines 2, it went through development hell. It eventually came out, but they gave it to somebody who basically changed how the game was being developed because they didn't have the chops to do. They didn't have the experience or the chops to do it in the way it really should have been done. So it flopped horribly because of that. You know, and when Metroid 4 was getting done, they had that in development for 4-something years. They went to a review or something, and Nintendo wasn't happy, so they basically took it back to Retro Studios, who did the original ones. Yeah. Yeah, because I think that was the same thing for, what was it, Dead or Alive 2? Same kind of deal, where they finally got it to somebody who was actually going to do something with it, and they got it out the door, and it was decent, but it wasn't amazing. Yeah, Dead Island 2, thank you. But it's like, at some point, yeah, well, it took 12 years because they kept having to rework it and stuff before they finally got it to somebody who actually could finish it. So it's one of these things of like, at some point, you kind of have to tell the developers, okay, you've kind of been screwing the pooch on this. At some point, we need this to get out. And we'd like it to be done in a... Well, and here's the thing. You cannot rush a studio in trying to get it done. You can't have them rush it out the door, because then you have games that are poorly optimized for PC or for consoles or something like that. There's been many occasions when they've taken a game and they've just kicked it out the door. Yeah. I think that's the biggest problem, is that the managers aren't managing the way they either micromanage or they wholesale change things. I think that's the biggest issue. I think that's the biggest kerfuffle against AAA right now, while AA and big indie are doing really well, is because it's a smaller team. There's less bureaucracy, less red tape, less meddling. You know, Bungie's been like that for a long time because... Oh, you're in an ad. Okay. Oh wait. Drop chest, you sillies. Drop chest, you ugly fish. Ooh. Okay, so I remember how somebody said like there was a creature in last stream in the waterways or something that we were fighting that had it sound like a drowned Yoshi. These sound like a drowned Goron. There's our chick meat, and there's our cheek meat, not chick meat. I always found courier or temporary items. Give me a freaking stone fragment! My gosh. There it is. Okay, come here, Capui. Step, come on. No, first one again. Love it. Yeah, so like I was saying, Bungie has had this problem for several years at this point. They have something they want to do. Management, there's poor management on the higher-ups, and to try and bring the audience back when it flops, inevitably, the devs work their butts off to make something cool. And then people kind of get sucked back in, and then Bungie thinks, "Oh, we're saved. Let's lax off again," and somebody up top is fumbling with it, and then it goes back on. It goes back on to emergency panic. You know. You know, I haven't touched Destiny since they started doing their new stuff after it wasn't Lightfall, it was expansion after that. I was like, I'm just kind of done. Even though right now they have the Star Wars inspired expansion going on, it's like, I'm not going to go back. Yeah. I got sucked into Destiny 2 a bit, and then I was like, we're going to go until, like, the end of the story saga, more or less, because, well, I started playing when The Witch Queen came out, which apparently was one of the best story points, one of the best story versions of the game, and I kind of got sucked into the lore and stuff like that. The biggest problem I had with Destiny 2 when I started out is that I can't play through the entire game. So, and you can't go back and play like the older content in terms of story and everything. That was the most annoying thing to me. If I'm going to play a long-term game, let me have that. Yeah, and did you hear what they said recently? They said they were trying to unvault all that stuff to try and get people back, essentially. It's like, you said you couldn't unvault it because it would be broke and you basically have to remake it from scratch. Once again, just another somebody trying to say, oh, we want all our players to come back because we're going to remove a bunch of stuff. We're going to try and put a bunch of stuff back into the system. Yeah. Death throes, yeah. No, legitimately, Bungie has had problems for a long time now. And they did get lucky with Halo. Well, and I wouldn't say they said they didn't necessarily get lucky with Halo back in the day. I feel like they actually did have some good plans with it stuff, because they made 4 games. I mean, that's not a small time period. That's 8 years back then. And then when Microsoft said, yeah. Well, and here's the thing with looter shooters as I see it. Well, in looter games in general, you either are very careful with how you're either very miserly with how you do gear, or you're very generous with how you do gear. I mean, if you look at any Ninja Theory game, they throw so much stuff at you. You basically are going through the game. You take 10% of your time inside a level is just marking stuff to be sold as wares or to break down or salvage. The Warhammer games have been like that. You know, when you did Vermintide 1, the end times, they were so stringent on gear there, it actually killed people because they got burned out before they got to where they wanted to be. In two, they seem to have fixed that a bit, but now it's going to be like, okay, I'm going to be breaking down all this crap stuff to try and to craft better steer and to reroll stats. Darktide might be the same kind of thing, even though I haven't played Darktide yet. I mean, you see what you mean. There is a very fine balance with getting the gear that you want, and here's the thing. If it's a game that you can grind, you can guarantee there are people who are going to sit on their butt for 20 hours a day, grinding it to crap. At some point, the game has to be done. I think that's the biggest problem right now with devs, is that a lot, especially the AAAs, they're trying to hit Fortnite again. They're trying to mimic Fortnite with live service stuff. They want a perpetual money-making machine. That's not how games work. I'm sorry. Fortnite has done it, but they have sold their soul to how many people now? They're doing just straight-up celebrities now in Fortnite. Why? Because they can't do anything else. The reason why you get so many people playing Fortnite is because, 1, they've invested all the time into it, and 2, they keep trying to add things. Fortnite is for people who love Fortnite, by all means, play it as much you want, because I'm not going to play it. There is so much stolen content there. Yeah. They don't understand that, because they want, well, and here's the thing. You start getting other games that do well. If you have Helldivers 2, that was not expected to make as big a splash as we thought, because the first one was good, but it wasn't like a home. It wasn't like a, a household name. Helldivers 2 blew up imaginably well. It still has its issues, but it's still very much popular. There are other games that try and do that. I've been looking into Elite Dangerous to get into Elite Dangerous again, with the HOTAS and everything. And looking back through what they do, it's very interesting. But it's just, I am now of the opinion that online games, unless they are monetized in a way that helps the developers in a consistent manner, they are just becoming cancerous. If that makes any sense. If you make it so then I have to play the game for 200 hours to just get stuff that I want, it stops becoming appealing. It's not a game anymore. It's now a chore. And you face burnout. And I think that's another thing that a lot of these online games do, is that they might try and face with like, oh, come and do your daily quests and stuff. Or, because I think, who was it that did it? They basically did, you don't want a third job. Precisely. Yeah. It's exactly the point. There was a popular live service game recently that basically put a cap on, like, the boosted experience you could get for a day. I don't think it was League of Legends. It was... I can't remember. It was one of the big ones. They basically put a cap on. It's like, if they wanted to have diminishing returns for the longer you played during the day, to try and tell people, hey, it's okay to only play this for like an hour and a half and then go do something else. It's okay. And it kind of backlashed because there are people who's like, I stream this. Like, I stream this as my job. I can't exactly go off and do something else. I do not remember what the game was. It was like after 2 hours of play, the experience will drop off. I can't remember. It was like one of the online RPGs or something. It might have been WoW. I can't imagine them doing that for WoW, though, because WoW has always been one of those games where you just jump in and you do whatever, And they were the ones who very much... Well, they could have done it with Remix or Classic or something like that. Yeah, fair enough. WoW was the game that actually created the 18-hour gamer. The people who actually wanted to be in there for as long as they could. So, yeah, I do not remember who specifically did that, but I do remember that being a thing of like, hey, after a couple hours, we're going to make it so then it's actually going to be more of a struggle to play for longer periods of time. And it was to try and curb the burnout as well as give people some time away from the game. I know that a lot of people bark at the whole idea of paying for a monthly subscription for games. Yeah, it is the exception, not the rule. Here's the thing, is that there's, out of the lottery of the games that you could get, a lot of these companies are going like, we'd rather take our shot gambling to become the next big thing, because if we do because you only need the one time, which I don't think they fully understand. It's like, it's constant development. It's not like you can have this thing go on and you just put it on maintenance mode with a skeleton crew. It's like, no, you constantly have to be reiterating and making new stuff to make it work. Games Workshop has been doing this with Darktide. Do you remember they had to do like a whole revamp of like the talent system and stuff? It's like, the game had some issues when it first came out, and then they had to transition it to other things that were being worked on. They had to transition to making those changes and evolving the game so it was more appealing to those who kept with it, as well as bringing bringing people back. Apparently, it's gotten better. They've dropped a couple new classes, which is interesting. The one thing I'm curious about is that you choose the race that you play, like Ogryn or Human or Psyker or something like that. But you can have multiple characters in those games, so do you do a custom character for every one of them? I don't understand how that works. Because when you played Vermintide, it's the 5 heroes. 5 or 6? 5. It's 5 heroes. It's the 5 heroes, and you could change what they look like, but there was always Barden, Marcus, etc., etc. Eventually I get into it because I think it would be fun to do. Get into something that's 40k inspired instead. Oh yeah, it's a crapshoot, dude. It seriously is. There are so many good games. So many good games. And more new games are coming out. I'm gonna pay for something next week. There's a new crafting survival game that's coming out. It's like, I want to play that because it was cool. Look up on Steam, go to Star Rupture. One word. StarRupture. That's the game. And I went into it with a play test a month ago or something like that. I was like, this is a cool game. And I'm gonna jump in on it because I think it's cool. It's like if, how would I? It would be kind of like if. Oh yeah, you've seen it. Good. So you know exactly what I'm talking about. I like the idea of something like Satisfactory, but it's also like Factorio. Well, like there's enemies and weapons and environmental stuff you have to worry about rather than just making a factory, because now you're worrying about, okay, how can I rework my system logistic-wise to make it better, I want a game that has the automation systems into it, but I don't want to get to the point where it's a numbers game of min-maxing. Min-maxing stresses me out. Legitimately, I have never played an automation game. I really enjoyed it. What I liked about it most is that the things that you do for it, you're able to set up for the different buildings and stuff. Everything's connected together by basically like a miniature monorail system, rather than like conveyor belts or what have you that a lot of other games have, which really appealed to me. The idea that I'm not having to like climb infrastructure just to get around my buildings and stuff like that. It's like you can kind of make it how it is. They made it so then building platforms was really easy. Everything like snapped to a grid, and you don't have to worry about power management is dealt with. But as long as everything's like connected via structures or rails, the power is there. You're not having to set up a whole different power system to supply your machines necessarily. It can all be part of this giant structure. Well, and I'm already going to get it, and I'm probably going to do a stream or two of it probably in the, because it's going into early access. So it could be a case of like, so the interesting thing is that in other games, you kind of set up the automated stuff so then you can do other automated stuff, and it's just systems on top of systems. In this one, you're actually filling out contracts from companies. So you're actually saying like, oh, okay, I need to get 1,000 of this thing. So you set up a system to set up for that, and you can break it out into your own little areas, and there's a lot of exploration to do, along with the clock system. Yeah. Legitimately, for somebody who's never really done automation stuff myself, someone who's bad at automation games, because I've played a couple, I actually want to play this one. That's how good it is, in my opinion. Because while your system's going off, you can go off exploring, you can go gather minerals yourself. There's time-based minerals on occasion. There's things to go unlock. There's blueprints to find. So once you set things up and you're kind of happy with the way they are, you kind of can just let them go. They're just off and running. This is not a case of like, yeah, there's other things to do, as well as, instead of something like Factorio, where resources run out through a lot of the game, this one is like Satisfactory, where it's infinite resources. You set up a building, it digs the resource, you never run out of them, which I really like. So if I destroy some resources because I'm replacing or I'm moving things around, I'm not mad about it, because I know for a fact that I can get ad infinitum, ad infinitum items there just takes time. The fact that you can do a co-op as well is a great idea, because I think Satisfactory is. I don't know if the multiplayer is a thing. I think it is. When I watched it, I think I watched some people playing it. I think they said they had modded it to make it work, which because it wasn't in the game, it wasn't built into the game right away, back when it was in early access. So. Okay, thank you so much. I really do appreciate it. Thank you for showing up. Whenever you show up, it is a treat, legitimately. It really is. So, hey, please, lurk all you can. I'm going to be going for probably another hour. So. All right. Ah! Come here, big guy. Serene Croyne. Darkness, okay. I go that one up. There we go. Get behind him and crank away. Don't be giving me that. No, 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 no. Ah! Okay, now. Let's go ahead and I swear, it sounds like a Goron underwater. Temporary items. Ugh. Don't want temporary items. Okay, Amber Light. $29, popped it. Okay, we'll fight a couple more enemies and then we'll warp ourselves out of here and get back to our story. By the time I warp back, as well as change my job and warp back over there, it will be the next day. Very little in the way of gold chests popped. It's really annoying. So when I'm looking through the gear, there's certain lights that you want to get. Pearlescent is how often chests will show up. Ebon is for experience and courier, I think. Ruby is how often the ruby chests show up. Amber is for how often the gold chests show up. Azure is for how often the blue chests show up. Golden is, I think it changes does it change the size of the chests? I can't remember. Amount of experience you receive from foes, and silver is how much courier you get from. Yeah, Ebon increases the potency of all lights and occurrences of all box types. So Ebon is always good to get. Anyway, let's go ahead and warp ourselves back. So nice that I can just warp out of here. Don't have to go back to the entrance and walk out, and then warp. I can just warp right out. That's one of the great things I like about this game, is you can warp out of basically anywhere. They don't block you from doing that. Though it does become a problem sometimes when you warp out of a place like, oh, I didn't want to warp out. There's still stuff I have to do there. Anyway. Current region. East Adoulin. Wait, did I just warp to the same spot? No, I wasn't. I got confused. I got confused. They talked sweet to me. I got confused. Who remembers that from A Bug's Life? All right. Go ahead and run in here and change our job and then go continue with our story. So. Oh, they talked fancy to me. That's what it was. They talked fancy to me. Patrick Warburton. Not Patrick Warburton, it's another guy. Oh, samurai. Okay. There it is. Oh, I need to go talk to LaVille. That's what I need to do. That's what I need. Come to shoot the breeze again, Judith? Then let me ask, know anything about all the strange reports we keep getting? Strange? Could you be more specific? Yeah, Yorcia-Weald and Cirdas Caverns have never been great vacation destinations to begin with, but lately it's gotten worse. Unidentified beasties are prowling all over, killing pioneers and support staff indiscriminately. Then came the miasma. Unearthly gales, winds piercing the skin like daggers, caloric miasmas choking the land. It's terrible out there, Jed. It's just terrible. Adoulinians grow up being taught to fear the forest, so it shouldn't come as much surprise. But I'd be lying if I didn't say I hadn't been blindsided. It's not just me. The entire coalition's whipped into a frenzy because nothing we think of helps. Doesn't matter if you're all above ground or skulking in the caves. Pioneering all-encompassing, and without a proper countermeasure, our hands are tied. Things have only gotten worse since Melvine's passing. Even the loved one hasn't been the same. Some days back, she went to some convocation of the 12 orders up at the castle. When she returned, her face was white as a sheet, and she's remained clammed up ever since. Land shivers, mysterious deaths, quiet maesters. What's Adoulin coming to? Tell me, Jeth. Tell me things will come out all right. Of course they will. Phew. Hearing you say it almost makes me believe it. Now that I think about it, I haven't seen Arcelia around recently. Let me keep your tabs on her. You gotta bring some joy to her face. Her smile fills my heart with hope. Okay. Okay, now we can do it. I have specific instructions not to let anyone without proper authorization pass. I just want to see Arcelia. You must leave. Jed, don't go just yet. I had to go through the official script back there, but I've something for you from the princess. Hello, Seth. Dark days may lie ahead for Adoulin, but I've watched this grow from babe to young woman, and know you can help her more than any of us. Please, we're counting on you. Okay. So we received this hastily scribbled note. Let's take a look at it. Though the envelope is delicately sealed with wax in the shape of a swallow, the letter inside contains 2 words. The port. Is that Western Adoulin that has the waterfront? Yep, waterfront. Oh, huh! Finally, this is one where you actually have to go look at the temporary item. Rarely does the game care if you look at the item or not. This time it actually wants you to. Let's go see the sunrise beacon. What with all the commotion at the castle, I knew it would be best if we met here. Sure the news has reached your ears too. You mean the rumors about Abuka? Yes, exactly. Luckily, I have access to the closed stacks of the Selenial Memorial Library thanks to our previous dealings with them. I spent many days and nights toiling over the tomes, cross-checking those rumors with past records. I've discovered that there are references in the Cimmerian adherents, followers of Hades. Their comings in ages past were accompanied by toxic miasmas, blades of wind, and the sullying of the land. Those must be the Zol triumphant that unsettled Jajika. Surely you haven't forgotten about that sadistic clown Balimore introduced himself as, the Deathborn Zol. That'd mean he's one of the triumvirate, yeah? Right? And then there's that ominous passage after he vanished in the Rala waterways. Those who heeded his call and swore allegiance to his cause will soon awaken. I'm worried, Jedith. I'm starting to flip over my own lips. Blech. Trip over my own lips. See, I can't even get the analogy right. Two locations in particular have been singled out as particularly menacing in recent days. Asirtis Caverns and Yorsha Wheel. As we interpret the sullying of the land as Balmor and his minions, then he leaves the remaining two Zol. One for the toxic miasma and one for the blades of wind. The rumors, fragmented as they are, match up perfectly, but the library's historical works are likewise incomplete, and I fear I've exhausted all available resources. There's someone else on our side, a hero who was there to witness it all. Mormar. That's right, one of the Founder King's generals who's seen the forces of evil face to face. If anyone can help us, it's him. But that's our next destination, Mount Khmer. Okay, so all the way to the Alpine Trail, I guess. We want to go to the Bivouac 3. Up and then down. Should we have been invited to this gathering? Arcelia and Jedith, we've been waiting for you. Before we get started, I owe you an apology. An apology? For what? For the whole Hades deal. It was that bastard this whole time. I should have known. But if you know about him now, then does that mean... Yeah, I found out while you were gone. While dealing with the whole Melvin incident in Lefalia, the World Tree brought forth vivid images to my mind. I can still feel them. All this time, I had ignored what was right in front of me. Cursed a lot of them. My mind blanked out. Not for a second, but for minutes. Think. Sajika regained his former strength, and the World Tree came back to life. Then Hades. That cursed fool came back too. I soon raked my hands over hot coals and let it happen. It was too late. Our problems don't stop there. No, I'm here because of the Zol Triumvirate. And I can spare you the long explanation and content myself that you're aware of the disaster that they bring about by serving their foul master. The easterly winds have shifted, young ones, heralding the revival of this malicious decadence. Calling it an ill portent would make mockery of the sacrifices August and his generals made, that we all made. But we have yet to bear witness to breaches in the jungle's integrity itself, indicating that neither Hades nor his servants have crested in power. But Sajika, things have already begun to... No, princess, they have not. If they were to fully awaken, the land would split in twain, choking tendrils dragging pioneers into a bottomless crevasse. No, what you see is merely a foreshadowing of what is to come. But we're not exactly sitting pretty here either. You speak truthfully. That's the reason why we've come, to seek your wisdom experience against your old foes. Balamor. That name is not familiar to me, but I believe he is the most recent incarnation of the Undying Horde's leader. Let's leave that one alone for now. Just forget about him? If what you said is true, he'll probably be content to sit on the sidelines and let it play out as long as we don't make any sudden moves. He'll look out from his little perch, laughing at how our actions caused the stage to revolve. He thinks we're puppets dancing around for his own pleasure, and the fewer immediate threats we've dealt with, the better. And what's this about a grand Adoulin? Idiot's already written his script when the characters have had their own ideas how things will shake out. We've got two left to deal with, assuming they're the same as they were then. The first, Dolmok, the brash soul. He is of the toxic miasma. Then there's the one who commands forked lightning and blades of wind, Ashrak, the dusk brood soul. And if your rumors are true, princess, then that's exactly who we're dealing with. But then again, now that we're dealing with this Balmor figure, I wouldn't bet my axe on it. Gah! Does it even matter in the end? We've got to put them out of their misery regardless of whether they're the fiends I remember. I hope it would be my time to pass out quietly in the night. As long as they're here, you've got me by your side. And I shall lend my aid as well, now that I have recovered. Not you, Sajka, not yet. We might have gotten your scales back and ditched that old curse, but you're in no condition to go sharpen your talents on those two. You gotta get stronger, old friend. Hades is coming back, and we'll need you then more now. You were there, on an unholy battleground where our comrades... Leave the triumvirate to us and get yourself ready. Perhaps that is for the best. Your hands have proven capable more than once. Okay, time to fly. Just where are we going? Oh, I guess I left that little detail out. Lethalia, where else? Best way to understand the Force is to hear it from the Queen herself. All right. Okay, home point warp it is. So glad I got that home point. Um, World Tree. You hear it too, Jeth? Your presence here is most welcome. Rosalatia, is everything? I no longer have a corporeal form, Princess. I hope you do not find me overly ghastly. The bonds that we share, when we are close, retain some semblance of my former self. The World Tree's roots have kept me keenly aware of the incidents occurring throughout the land. And so too do I see the reason for your arrival. Forces of the deep that your storied heroes sealed away are breathing anew. Their slumber was to be eternal, but the calamity has come full circle. Our mother tree kept the darkness at bay, purging evil as it emerged to preserve the sanctity of the forest. Then it really was the World Tree that protected us these long years. As we always suspected. But her strength is not without its limits. You may think it a grand flood, but in due time it will wane to a mere trickle. And soon I will join the mother. Her life will be mine, and mine hers. I have but precious moments to communicate with you. So we'll never see you again? You will. Our bonds will keep us close, always. Same way I am always with your founder king. Keep my pomade safe, Jeth, and let it protect you during your hour of need. We are all able to stand here this day because of the sapling you helped bring to revive Mother. Remember August. Remember the sacrifices he made to seal away the maladies afflicting this realm. It is now your turn to do the same. Fulfill your charge, Jedith. Ubuka needs you. This will guide you to the source. Find it, Jedith, and should you go astray, we will be here to light your path. What are those? They look like pomades. Now we got what we got to do and how to get there, so let's crack some skulls. Sounds convincing when I say it. The Zoltriumvirate are more than umbrals we flatten back in wool gates. We approach it like any other old foray. Maggots will be peeling your skin off the walls. Predecessors of what I call the 12 Orders. Over half of them gave their lives just to contain the threat. But they are our city's most fabled legends. Legends are a pretty thing, Princess, but reality is always much more grim. Domak might be the worst. Zoldev River over in Forets de Hanetenial wasn't always so noxious. Where his hand touched, the water stagnated and festered. How can we hope to fight against such an abomination? Nature has a way of fighting back. So do we. Even now, it struggles against the poison and utilizes its potency to fight. How would I think? And bloom leaves. Its own twist away, the jungle has wrought life from the grip of death. Those plants have held on for centuries, never once succumbing. The secret to resisting Domak's corruption lies there. So we use the flowers to... You got it. That'll be your task. Gather as many as you can as we can figure out how best to use them. Jed and I have other stuff to be doing. And we don't have the manpower to do it ourselves. I'll do it. Thanks, Princess. We're counting on you. Go on back, Jeth. I know you and Mormar can handle it. Stay strong. Princess, be mindful of the toxins in the ground. The last thing we need is to lose you. Got this pinching feeling in my stomach. Did your lunch not agree with you? What do you mean? That whole henna bloom deal was just a farce. Can't have her go off fighting the Zoltriumvirate. We gotta put this down before she figures it out, or she'll be furious with us. Things are different than when you're during my time. I can't tell you how things will play out. But you're in the same situation August was in is unthinkable. I know your little leafkin Yignis is chomping at the bit, too. But we can't let the city's most vital figures perish now, like they did then. Augustus' bloodline has survived to this very day. would be dark times for us all if it got stamped out now. And well, what can I say? I've got a soft spot for that youngin'. One time, when she was a bit younger, she got lost in the woods, and I sat by her side as she slept, keeping her safe. You kept her safe? I thought it was Darkulin that did that. Darkulin that did that. Thought you'd heard. Barely came up to her father's waist. She escaped from the castle when her maidservants weren't looking, causing who knows how much commotion back in town. That's how Darkulin and I met her. It wasn't for terribly long. I'd never dealt with children before. We were in over our heads, weren't we, Darkulin? The memories taste of both sweetness and sorrow. When we said our goodbyes, I asked a few someones I knew to make her forget about our meeting. I guess she did. They complimented the whole time. They complained the whole time, but sure did their job well. Just don't let it get back to the princess, you hear? Well then, we better get started. Let's split up and tackle him at all. I'll head to Yorship Weald, where Ozrock will be lying in wait. Darkulin, you take care of Dokmok over in Certus Caverns. Consider it done. With you by our side, Jet, those fiends will rue the day they awoke you to terrorize us once more. For the World Tree. For Abuka. Okay. This mission splits into two BCNM fights, which may complete in either order. You fight each fight by bringing the primary target down to 10%. Okay. So, quickest way is waypoint. Okay. Okay, so we need to go to Yorship's Weald. Actually, we're going to go back to Adoulin. So we can grab a waypoint. Going to the frontier point. Okay. Immediately go west, right into the caverns. Okay. We need to go to K11. Okay. K11. square right here. So we're just gonna head south until we crawl, and then it's gonna be the pathway on the kind of on our right side. Okay. Now, examine the wavering flux. Oh, I need to go actually one more over. That actually makes more sense because it's like, okay, where could the flux be sitting? Not over here. Here we are. Our wavering flux. Okay.
Soul, no movie. Brave.
This is the spot where Drakmont drew his last breath. Should the bond of the world trees falter, a miasma of unparalleled proportions will grip the caverns. It will take a supernatural force to cleanse the air should that come to pass. All will die. It is inevitable. We must stop him from fully resurrecting.
Ooh. Mankind. Blessed. Till.
Okay. Lost the sun yellow pomade. Been hit with plague. Nasty. Nullifying Rain. Ooh. He got rid of a bunch of effects. This is at 10%.
Hades! No! Return! Darkness! No, 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 no.
Hurts my throat. Excuse me, sorry. Well, that was a somewhat sillier boss in terms of vocals. In terms of vocals. Whew. Okay. Now, we're going to go back to... We're going to head back to Dorsha Weald. Made it. Good. go ahead and just run right across the area. Amazing how quickly you can get limit points. You can get the merit points. One for each enemy right there. Crazy. Back in the 75 area, merit points were a hassle to get. I'm glad they're a lot easier now. Okay. So they stick by me? All right. Okay, and then we need to go down to where? We need to go to H6. Okay. Yeah. I have noticed that. Okay. Okay. Looking at the map. Okay, so it's not that little circle right there. Southeastern section. So go up. Up and around. There, we will find it. It is not here, like I thought. We are on H6. Okay. Oh! I went west, not east. Southeastern section of H6. So it's over here somewhere. I think they're incorrect. I think it actually is H7, not H6. I think someone wrote that wrong. I think it's here. Nope. There it is. Hidden amongst the monkeys. That's annoying. My curse is absolute. Even should I perish this day, it shall remain for eternity, and never will Ubuka know peace. You shall not tread upon this land again. Whoa! He just shriveled up? Up ahead is where Ashrak's blood spilled upon the ground. Should he be released from his prison, the taint will spread, and poisonous blooms will grip the land tighter still. They are not of this world and defile the laws of nature. If we do not purge this blight, it will engulf all land. We must not fail. Yeah, it says the talking Brussels sprout. I can smell it. The blood of my foes, their fear. I am Ozrak, one of the 3 emissaries of my lord, Hades. When the World Tree attempts to thwart my malediction, how quaint. I shall devour your souls and feed them to my master. Don't attack me, Mr. Opal Opal. Don't you do it. Silence, I'm not here. I'm not here. You can't see me. There we go. Go about your day. I pity you, swinging so far above your head. My friends might be buried in this earth, but you won't do the same to me. Silenced, got choked. Oh, got it. Was it amnesia? Yeah, I got amnesia. Nasty. Plagued anymore, thank goodness. Yells from the east, fresh in rage. Minions to me! Ooh. Hellspawn Orthrus. Storms from the north, crackle and engulf. May your very footsteps be erased from the annals of history. Charred husks shall be all that remains of this land. Your flesh will make a tasty offering. You know, you're talking an awful lot, dude, for someone who just lost. You think my life forfeit, but nothing could be further from the truth. There exists no light without shadow. From shadow I come, from shadow shall I be reborn.
These,
Well, you know, he chatted a lot for somebody who was just full of nothing but hot air. Anyway. Let's go ahead and work our way back. Okay, so we defeated both of them. Well, great. Actually, you know what? We have to go back to Lifalia at this point, but we're actually at the end of our stream time, so we are going to go ahead and once I do this this reeve, maybe I don't even have to wait. Can I just warp out? Go ahead and just warp out of this. If it'll let me. Aha! Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and end it here for tonight. Go ahead and sleep those ads so we don't have ads there. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna end it tonight. So we took care of two of the nasties that were helping Hades. It's always good. Knock out the power structure. Yes. When we come back Monday, we will be back to this. And we'll continue on with the story. If we run into another day when we need to spend some time while we wait, I'll figure out something to do. One way or another. Yeah, we'll figure out something to do. Yeah. Anyway, I'd like to thank everybody who showed up. Legentis, wonderful to see you after so long apart. My goodness. I hope you will be back again so we can chat some stuff up. I hope you'll be back for when Star Wars happens, but that won't be for a couple months yet. Please come in and watch Vermintide if you get the chance. Please, by all means. Love it. Seth, you're always welcome. Your tips are always wonderful. So, we're going to go ahead and end it for the week. I have a weekend ahead of me, as does everybody. I'm going to see if I can work on some Elite Dangerous stuff, because I'd like to get back into that at some point. If we do get back into Elite Dangerous, it will be on Wednesdays. That is not in the schedule yet, and it's not going to be in the schedule until I feel firmly settled that we are able to get kind of everything done in terms of, like, key bindings and controls set away, so then we're good. we will then get into it, and I will be starting fresh. I do have my previous account, but as far as I'm aware, I didn't get very far into it. I probably got to one other ship with like maybe 1 million credits to my name or something like that. So not crazy amazing. And there's been a lot of stuff since then. I want to just come in fresh and begin anew. So that's what I'm going to be doing this weekend, is working on that, as well as potentially getting some more alert stuff for the channel. Probably will not, but I got to try and put myself there anyway. So back on Monday, we'll come back to Final Fantasy XI. Tuesdays and Thursdays, we'll be doing Vermintide stuff. So with Twitch mode enabled every time I stream. So if you guys come in and you want to decide how my runs go during that, please, by all means, I want to see what you guys will do, if you guys will be sadistic or beneficial. So anyway, once again, thank you guys so much for watching. If you like the videos that you see, if you like the streams, please try and make it to the live streams if you can. Follow me up on Twitch and follow me there so you know when I go live. If you can't, or it conflicts with times and schedules of your own, please go ahead and take a look at the archive channel if you wish. I send all the VODs there, so you're able to see everything that goes on. Please, if you see anything that you find funny or enjoyable or just genuinely impressive, I don't know, whatever random happenstance, please make a clip of it. I am very appreciative of those. And those clips could go onto YouTube and all that jazz, so please do that with what you will. I will always be looking over those, and I will more or less just post anything as long as it's not insulting in some way. So please, if you have a mind of doing that, please do so. I do know that some of you people watch my VODs after they have happened. So by all means, if you see these, you can grab clips, you can do all that stuff, and just let me, and I will just see them otherwise. Send a comment on the YouTube channel, all that stuff. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and say goodnight. My voice is a little tired, and I'm a little tired myself. So I'm going to go ahead and end here. So thank you much, guys, for your time. I hope you have a good weekend, and I hope to see you next week. And until then, take care and good night.